The Return of Tanya. This is another true hoodoo tale about teaching someone too much, and it backfired. The names have been changed for privacy purposes. Tanya had always been deeply connected to the spiritual world. She believed in the power of crystals, rituals, and the ancient wisdom passed down through generations. Her boyfriend Jared, however, was a skeptic. While he cared for Tanya, he never truly understood or believed in the spiritual practices she held so dear. She introduced him to meditation, cleansing rituals, and even took him to her favorite occult shop, hoping to share her world with him. But instead of connecting, Jared felt overwhelmed, and the relationship grew strained. One evening, Tanya noticed something off about Jared's energy. Concerned, she tried to talk to him, to help him balance his spirit, but he dismissed her efforts, calling it all nonsense. Hurt and feeling misunderstood, Tanya decided it was time to take a break. She hoped the distance would give Jared time to reflect, and perhaps even open his mind to new possibilities. But Jared didn't see it that way. He felt abandoned and humiliated, his anger festering in the days after Tanya left. Consumed by bitterness, Jared couldn't let go of the idea that she had rejected him for something he considered foolish. In a moment of spite, he decided to visit the same occult shop Tanya had once brought him to. Entering the same shop he used to accompany her to, Jared felt a strange sense of familiarity mixed with disdain. He wasn't there to explore or learn. He was there to seek revenge. She taught him too much. After some searching, he found the items he needed: a black candle, a lock of Tanya's hair from an old comb she'd left behind, and a spell book he could barely comprehend. The shopkeeper eyed him warily, but said nothing as Jared made his purchase. The shopkeeper remembered him tagging along with Tanya, but could say nothing to protect the privacy of his customers. That night, under a waning moon, Jared performed the spell, driven by a mix of anger and desperation. He didn't fully believe it would work, but part of him hoped it would. He wanted Tanya back, not to reconcile, but to punish her for making him feel so small and insignificant. The next morning, Tanya returned. But something was different. Her eyes, once filled with warmth and light, were now vacant, her smile empty. Jared noticed the change immediately, but instead of concern, he felt a twisted satisfaction. Tanya no longer questioned his actions or practices. She allowed him to do as he pleased, even when he began seeing other women. She became part of a sordid, polyamorous relationship, always there, always compliant, as if she were a shadow of her former self. At first, Jared relished his newfound control over Tanya, using her as a pawn in his twisted game. But as time went on, the joy of revenge soured. Tanya was no longer the vibrant spiritual woman he had once loved. She was a hollow shell, a reminder of his own darkness. The punishment he had devised for her had backfired, leaving him haunted by the very thing he had sought to create. In the end, Jared realized too late that he had destroyed the woman he loved, and in doing so, he had also destroyed himself.